Good evening, everybody. I'm Madushika Weerasinghe. I'm a third year MPA student. I work as a GPA for Political Science Department. I did a wage survey for my Capstone project. So the topic today is Manhattan Area Manufacturing Wage and Benefit Survey. I did this survey on behalf of Manhattan Chamber of Commerce. So I would like to give you a brief introduction about the Manhattan Chamber of Commerce. So Manhattan Chamber is the region's largest business organization with over 800 member businesses. It unites businesses, other organizations, and individuals for community betterment. Also, it offers census and community data and labor and transportation statistics as well. Further, they promote local economic development. That's why they were interested in getting wage information of manufacturing employees here in Manhattan. Here's a quick overview of my presentation. First, I will be discussing why manufacturing is important for local economic development. Then I'll discuss about my data collection methodology. Then I will present the findings of my survey. Finally, I'll make some recommendations to the Chamber of Commerce. So let's see why manufacturing is important for local economic development. Manufacturing is considered as a key driver of economic growth. In 2013, the manufacturing has generated $2.1 trillion, which was like 12.5% of the total gross domestic production. Also, manufacturing may provide higher wages compared with other sectors like oil, gas industries, and agriculture and retail. Also, there are like over 162,000 manufacturing employments here in the state of Kansas. So manufacturing is really matters, and so the wage information of manufacturing employees may be a good, important tool for economic development as well. That's why I was asked to provide a study that survey the manufacturing employees' wages. So here's the purpose of my study. It was to survey manufacturing employees about wages in order to inform the economic development policies and practices of the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. Let's look at the data collection methodology. So for collecting data, I created an online survey using Qualtrics. Qualtrics is an online survey tool available for K-State staff and faculty. Also, when I was reviewing literature, I identified 3 different question categories. When I constructed my questionnaire, mainly my questionnaire was based on these 3 different categories, which was questions relating to employee classification, questions relating to wages and benefits as well. In addition to these 3 types of questions, I also asked questions about employee recruitment and couple of questions relating to productivity. Also, there were couple of methodological concerns when I constructed my questionnaire. So I'm really concerned about the length of the survey since it was an online survey. I tried my best to make it shorter, and also I avoid complex and ambiguous instructions and words because there was no way to give them further explanation. Also, I avoid asking exact wage per hour in order to get very accurate information about wages. So here is some strength and limitations of the online survey. I would like to pay your attention to some of the limitations that I had. So first, I had one technological barrier because I noticed that one of the recipients didn't get my emails. That might be because, as we all know, we can block uninvited emails. However, I could overcome that limitation with the help of the chamber. So the other limitation was the lack of response from the respondents. I had to make several telephone calls, several emails asking to take the survey, but I couldn't get any responses. So actually, chamber helped me to overcome that limitation too, because they sent a couple of emails asking them to take the same survey. Whenever they sent an email, I got to respond. Otherwise, I didn't get any response. However, let's look at the questions type I had in my questionnaire. I had some questions like multiple questions with single choices and multiple choices. Also, I had some open-ended questions as well. So that is that's the type of question that I had. Then, however, when the questionnaire construction is done, I sent my online survey to 6 different manufacturers here in Manhattan. Actually, sent it to the HR managers of the manufacturing companies. These are those 6 different manufacturers that this list was given to me by the chamber. They were interested in getting wage information of these manufacturers. So let's look at the response rate and the results of this survey. I got 4 responses out of 6 to 2 employers already rejected taking in. And however, I could collect wage and benefit information of 440 production employees. I must tell you that I collect in data only about production employees. I didn't collect any other information from any other employees like non-production and managerial positions. So this is the most important thing in this survey. This is the most important finding. In this column, you can see that this is the average hourly wage of full-time production employees. So you can see that these 2 employers pay $13 to $15.99 per hour, and these 2 employers pay like $16 to $18.99 per hour. And in this column, it presents the number of hours worked per week by an employee. So based on these numbers, I can say that production employee can earn at least a minimum of $520 per week. Also, a production employee can earn at least maximum of $736 per week. It's actually over $736 per week. So that is the weekly wage calculations based on this data that I get. In this table, I compare the average wages that I found with the state, regional and national averages. So you can see that the average that I found was $15.99, and the state average was $17, while the regional was $16 and the national was $20.69. So based on this comparison, we can say we may be a little bit below the regional, state and national average wages. So that's all about the wages, wage information. Let's look at what the employees get. Employees are provided as their benefit packages. So in this table, I list all the benefits that all the employers provide for their employees. For example, all the employers provide personal time off, paid holidays, funeral leave, health insurance, retirement plan, and training program. I want to tell you something about the health insurance provided by the employer. So in that insurance included vision and health insurance, vision and dental insurance as well. Also, that insurance was available for employees' dependents as well. The other important thing is most of the employers, like 3 employers out of 4, paid like 80 to 90% of employee health insurance, and the other employer paid like 60 to 79% of the health insurance for their employee. So I think it's important. Here's the other benefit that employers provide. You can see some employers provide certain benefits while others are not. In here, you can see that only one employer provides paid family leave, and here you can see only 2 employers provide paid sick leave. Here you can see only 2 employers provide cost of living adjustment on regular basis. So it's interesting that while some employers, especially this employer, provide a very good additional benefit plan, while others are not. And pay your attention to this column right here. It is interesting that all the employers provide like 1.5 rate of overtime pay for employees working on weekends. So these are all the information about their benefit package. Let's look at the other information that I could collect to this survey. So as I told you earlier, I asked some questions relating to their employee recruitment and productivity. So I asked how easy or difficult is it to recruit new employees. As you can see here, 2 of the employers say that it is difficult to recruit new employees. And I also asked them how many recruitment they did during last year. So based on these numbers, they have recruited less than, all the 4 employers have recruited less than 50 employees during last year. So, as we know now, like manufacturing employees, the production employees here in Manhattan get a very good benefit package, and they are provided with a decent wage, even if it might be lower, but it is a decent wage. And we also see that we might be struggling to, like 50-50, struggling to recruit new employees for manufacturing sector. So based on those data, I would like to recommend, I have a couple of recommendations for Chamber of Commerce. So I would like to recommend that Chamber should continue to promote wage and benefits close to state, regional and national average. Also, I would like to recommend that they promote manufacturing employment in Manhattan area. They can also develop additional information, additional resources to help Manhattan manufacturers find qualified employees. So those are all the information that I wanted to share with you all. Here's my references, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. Questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was wondering, why do you think that employers in manufacturing are offering life insurance more often?
Life insurance?
Yeah.
Maybe because manufacturing has some, their jobs are, especially production employees' jobs are sometimes risky. I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes are risky. So that's why they are providing insurance. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
My question is that I noticed it's in some of the benefits very greatly between manufacturers. Did any employees work under organized labor contracts, or was that not something that you guys?
I didn't ask
We
that.
chose not to ask that.
We have very little union presence in that aspect, so that's why you see some of the wages a little bit lower. But
Well, I'll just say, so those metro and national areas, they're based on the Census Bureau data, but that includes all different types of manufacturing, which includes some state manufacturing that really isn't part of what we see.
exactly.
Any other questions? Yes, Dr.
Sometimes you talked about production employees, and other times you talked about manufacturing. What's the difference? What's a production employee?
Production employees basically who help with the production. For example, if there's machine operators, if there are food makers, those are the production employees. And non-production employees are those who are maybe on supervisory positions, maybe frontline workers like receptionists and sales representatives. Those are non-production employees.
I'm shocked at the even the national average. That's what, just under $40,000 a year. So we'd have like steel workers in here and auto workers, and would they be
Yes.
part of this as well?
Yes.
So wow, must be a lot of people at the other end that are. What fraction of the total local production workforce did you capture in the survey?
I tried to find, but I couldn't. I couldn't find the exact number. But in the Manhattan, there are like approximately like 20 manufacturers. Is that correct?
She got about half of them.
Okay. Why those 6?
He was interested
Some
in
of them that
6.
center.
I'm sorry?
No, we hit I gave her the bigger ones,
Okay.
and then just based on the amount of effort it takes to reach out to all the smaller ones, so I need to give a good representative sample.
Any other questions? No.
With you on the spot, you think you can use any of this?
Well, it was interesting because I was just at a business recruitment trip last week in Minnesota, and one of the questions they were asking was they want to bring manufacturing in this area, and they said, well, we start our employees out at $15 an hour to pay 100% health insurance. Will that work in your market? And when you see a survey like that, you say, yeah, it's going to work. I mean, that's a competitive starting salary and benefits. They also have profit sharing, and they do have paid sick leave and things like that. The interesting part when I talk to the manufacturers around is that most of the employees focus solely on the wage side, and they don't focus on the benefit side at all. And so that's a real educational effort that needs to be done from high school, and then also by the HR directors and all the way through the system, is that the package is more than just the dollar per hour, and that there's a huge difference in quality of life, living wage discussions when you bring in the benefit package.
Yeah, we have a lot of what they can help.
Yes.
So yes, it's useful information, and I'm using it right now.
Yeah. So the low end was, I'm trying to remember, $15.99. The high end was $18.99 an hour or something like that.
Lowest was 13.
Okay, so it's like a 20% variation. How can a local manufacturer get away with paying 20% below what somebody else is paying?
So, but it's a big difference in manufacturing. So like some is big, heavy industrial, and they tend to get paid more than, right? So also a baker is manufacturing.
Well, I can just remember 3, but they were all pretty heavy. I mean, there's Manco and there's.
We're not matching up.
Oh, okay.
We're not matching up salaries with names.
Oh no, Manco was up there. I didn't make that.
No, so yes, we're just not saying
No, but I'm
which
just-
agency is providing which.
I'm just surprised there would be that sort of gap.
The other part that this doesn't talk about is the percent turnover. So some of these manufacturers are turning employees a lot faster, and compared to those who have better wages and benefits tend to hold.
Yes. I tried to collect data on turnover rates and absence and those kind of things, but I didn't get any response for turnover rate. They didn't provide me that information. Any other questions? So, Mr. Amras, thank you very much. He is the Director of Economic Development in Manhattan Chamber of Commerce. He helped me a lot to get responses from HR director. So thank you very much for coming and helping me. And Dr. Shetto, thank you very much for your support, and all the MPA faculty, thank you very much. And thank you for coming.